and gentlemen, welcome to the Jones Podcast. I'm your host, Eric. The Jones Podcast is a podcast that acknowledges great individuals or couples who are entrepreneurs on the city council or who are just doing great things from our city of Tuscaloosa. Roll Tide. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the Jones Podcast. What's going on, Jones Podcast family? On the podcast today, I have a very special guest with me. I have Anthony, DJ Twyst Spencer, an on-air personality and mix show at 92.9 WTUG, and the founder of Midnight Renegades. Anthony, DJ Twyst, What's going on with you, homie?
What's going on? Actually, I'm one of the founders of Midnight Renegades. For the correction, I just want to let you know that, put it out there.
Okay,
I'm one of the founders.
One of the founders. Not the founder, but one of the founders. All right, then.
Yeah, one of the founders, yeah.
Okay, then. What's been going on with you, man?
Man, first I want to say I got to salute you for giving me the opportunity to, express myself as a DJ. Well, at first, I know you know me as Anthony Spencer from around the block.
Mm-hmm. No doubt.
But yeah, I'm a DJ, and I just want to, say thank you for the opportunity, to let people hear who I am and where I come from, because, it's not too many that's far in between that, get this opportunity, when you have been doing it for so long, or, you have made a name for yourself. And to get that image and that brand out there, it's people like you that make a difference and give those people that push to want to do and excel more in what they do.
Well, I appreciate that, man.
Yeah. And I'm surprised, too, because I remember you came to me and you said you was going to get into DJ and you want to DJ and stuff. And, we talked about it, but then kind of fell off. But now, you doing the podcast. I mean, either way, if you doing something in the entertainment industry, man, I salute you. And, it doesn't matter whether you a DJ, artist, you perform on instruments or whatever the situation may be. Of course, I was in the band as well. Yeah. But, no matter what you do, as long as you excel and you love doing what you do, man, there's nothing impossible that you can achieve when you got to do these things. So, all in all, I just know it's things like this I'm kind of excited about because I to get that acknowledgement, man, it feels good. I've been trying to prepare myself and wrap my head around it. Like, this dude actually hit me up to want to interview me. Right, you have to sit back and think about that. All the things that have happened over the years, and to get to this point, I know it's people that jump in there faster than they get out there and they make a name for themselves, and they do all this stuff at an early time or whatnot in their lives. But me, I'm in the prime of my life. Mm-hmm. So no matter what interview or how the interview is, hey, I'm thankful for it, man.
Well, for everyone that really don't know nothing about you or your background, let them know something about you. Tell them where you're from and what you're all about.
All right. I'm Anthony Spencer. Of course, I go by DJ Twyst, and let me tell you how I came up with that name. Back in 90, I want to say 92, 93, when you was living on the block, and, we was, going back and forth. That's when I had my, DJ name, trying to figure out who I was, because I wanted to start out as DJ Tyrone. My middle name is Tyrone. Mm-hmm. So I wanted to start out as DJ Tyrone, but I was like, nah, man, that's too ghetto country. I can't. DJ Tyrone. I mean, you got to think about that. I mean, then, but I say that because years later, I see a lot of people using their middle name, or Tyrone, or T-Storm, or T-Sky, or whatever. And I'm like, nah. And at the time, I was listening to Twister. Rapper Twister. I would listen to him, and I was deep into it. That adrenaline rush. I was listening to it, and I was like, Twister. I was like, Twist. Okay, yeah, I like that. And then I changed it. I was like, I don't want it to be the I. I want to flip it. I want to switch it to the Y. TWYST. So it won't stick out to be Twist. Like, you doing the twist and all that. Even though I've been, named for that, they spell it like the TWIST, Twister, Twist. I mean, it's been so many variations of my name, but I know how I spell it. It's TWYST, and I wanted it to stick out. And when you think of that name, Twist, you automatically think, okay, he a DJ. He twisted it up, because that's the motto of everybody when they say my name. DJ Twist, yeah. You gonna twist it up for us? I gotta make it do what it do. But it's just how I came up with it. I was at that point in my life and listening to Twister, and that's how I came up with it. But as far as me DJing, I fell in love with DJing at an early age. I can see my name came in 94. But my love for DJing started when I was 6 years old. Like 6 or 7 years old. The very first DJ I ever seen live was DJ Baby Bruce. DJ Baby Bruce. He was DJing a house party in the Valley Hill Projects across from where, we lived in our neighborhood, Heritage Hill, back then, had a nice house party for my family member and whatnot. And it was one particular song that stood out like a sore thumb. I kept, as a kid, when you go to your, folks' house and you they put you in the room, like, don't you come out this room because we doing grown folk stuff, right?
Yeah, no doubt.
Back then, that's how it used to be. So, it was one particular song that stood out. And the name of the song was Pee Wee Herman Dance.
Get busy, y'all.
Yeah. And so, I'm listening to the song, and I'm like, man, that song sounds so good. And I just so happened to sneak out the room. I'm like, what this song, where is it coming from? And I just so happened to see 2 turntables, records, speakers. I mean, it was outside party, but I snuck to the kitchen, the back door of the kitchen, and I was just peeking out, and I was just seeing him DJ. And I was like, man, I want to be a DJ. I really want to be a DJ, and that's where the love for DJing come in. And my love for music is my other cousin that had the party. He used to have all these albums, Zapp and Rods, Luther Vandross, all them albums and stuff. You look at that stuff and it's intriguing to you, to like music and want to fall in love with music. I almost got it. I got in trouble a couple of times because I was so intrigued with my cousin's vinyl collection. My mama always thought I was gonna mess him up. Like, don't be touching his stuff. He's like, no, cuz it's all right. It's all right. He learning something. And every time to this day, when he see me, he like, cuz you all right. I taught you well. Like, hey, I learned my music from y'all, man. And so that's how, my love for DJing and how my name came about, as far as everybody know DJ Twist.
So you moved from Tuscaloosa and you moved to Atlanta, right?
Yeah.
When you moved back from Tuscaloosa, man, what changes did you see in the city that were good and bad? Well,
at the time of me DJing and starting out DJing and whatnot, I was under the likeness of DJ Stickerbush, DJ MT, DJ Homeboy, DJ Roadrunner, couple more cats. I'm going off the top of my dome. All the DJs back then, that I ran with. But I know the main four is Stickerbush, Homeboy, and MT. We call ourselves the Four Horsemen, even though I was the fresh one of the crew.
Mm-hmm.
Out in high school parties was rare unless you was DJing for, one of the little high school groups or whatnot. But like doing proms and all that stuff, majority, I'm gonna say Central high school didn't do those type of things. They did the prom, but as far as like high school dances and all that stuff, it was rare that you had a high school DJ. And see, when they booked the events, they booked professional DJs, which back then was Mixation. That was the professional company.
Yeah. I remember that. I remember that.
So, they did all those events. So, it was like, what do I do? And I, fell in love with DJing heavily. Looking at Jam Master Jay. Looking at a lot of the talented DJs. And I wanted to make a name for myself, but I was like, I can't do it in Alabama because, I ain't gonna say I couldn't do it in Alabama. It's just this town is so small and so saturated. When you have 4 or 5 DJs, doing all the big events, doing the college fraternity parties, doing all the, big club parties and all that stuff. It's like, where can you find the time, or where can you find yourself, trying to get put on? When you already working with the DJs that are already on. So I made a decision, as a matter of fact, man, before I jump into that, before I moved to Atlanta, I did go to college for a couple of months. I went to Alabama A&M for a few months, but that was the first time I ever been away from home. And I got homesick. I was there in 99, the fall of 99, and I got homesick because I'd never been away from home.
Mm-hmm.
And then when I came back, the fall of 2000, I went to Stillman and basically marched in the band, but had to cut that short because my financial aid wouldn't go through. I had enough for a scholarship or whatnot. They gave me a scholarship, but I didn't have enough for financial aid or whatnot. So it's like, you got to make a decision. Figure out how you going to get this money or withdraw. Now, mind you, I was at Stillman in the band. They loved me. I performed halftime. I had fun, but I had to make a decision. So it's like I had to withdraw. So at that point in my life, I'm like, what do I do? Make a decision, thinking. And mind you, my sister had already moved to Atlanta. She was living on the outskirts of Atlanta. She was living in a city called Austell. And we had went up there to visit, and we enjoyed ourselves. Family gathering, family trip. It was fun. Listen to the DJs and listen to music, of that time, which was the, late 90s, early 2000s, going into that. It was like, what do I do? Man, I want to move to Atlanta. So me and my sister talked, had a discussion, and I said, get myself situated, and we'll get a place, and, move up there. So 2001 came. March of 2001. Well, actually, it was January of 2001. My mama got fed up, and it turned from me and my sister to the whole family moving. The whole family moved. It was me, my brother, and my younger sister. We all packed up and moved to Atlanta, 2001. So being up there, I kind of had to find my niche and whatnot. You know, in that cesspool of DJs, or that cesspool of, you know, everybody trying to find themselves, you have to get in where you fit in or whatnot. Mm-hmm. And it's all about networking. So once I got to, you know, learn about the moves and the shakers, and, you know, just talking to the right people and getting positioned and with the right people, you know, you start to make a name for yourself. And that's what happened with me. You know, I became a member of the Legion of Doom DJs. And see, at that point in time, you know, that was at the time when Young Jeezy was just getting ready to make a name for himself. When that Trap or Die album came out, you know, and what's the Trap or Die song?
Yeah.
You know, they got Super Friends in the Legion of Doom.
Yeah.
We were principal. I'm not gonna say we was the main one, but we were principal in breaking that album. So I was in Legion of Doom DJ, you know, at the time when G's was getting exposed. You know, even though Affiliates was the one that actually brought them to the forefront, Legion of Doom DJs had something to do with it too. So, you know, building up my name and, you know, making a name for myself. Here in Tuscaloosa, I became known as the DJ from Atlanta.
That's when you came back?
I was getting called back, yeah.
Okay.
I was getting called back to Tuscaloosa to DJ. But people started to know me as the DJ from Atlanta. I was like, no, I'm from Tuscaloosa. I just live in Atlanta. Like, no, you a DJ from Atlanta. But the one thing I say, you know, when I look at things, you know, then versus now, you know, coming up in that era of DJing, I can say I'm blessed. I'm very blessed because, you know, now these cats, they gotta learn. I'm not gonna say they're not talented, but they gotta learn talent. I mean, I came up in the era, or that end era of entertaining DJs, where DJs really party. Mm-hmm. I mean, they set the tone for the crowd. When they rock the crowd. They literally rock the crowd. And see, me being from Alabama and living in Atlanta, I adapted the Atlanta sound. Mm-hmm. You know, and see, the Atlanta sound is in your face, and it's so wide. I mean, you have to understand, when you're living in Alabama, you're subjected to, you know, Birmingham DJs. I love them. I learn from them. You know, I respect them. But when you look at them and you think, oh man, they hot, they doing what they do. But when you go to Atlanta, you have DJs that's from New York, Miami, California, Texas, Jersey. I mean, you got DJs from all over that are in one spot. So you learn a variety of music. Like DC, man, the one thing I can say is I learned about go-go music. I can say the one song that I did know, or the one that everybody know, was EU, the butt. That's go-go music. And me learning, you know, getting to hang around DC DJs and all that, you know, that has its own genre of music. Go-go is a genre of music in DC. It's its own genre. And they have different names for it in that genre of music. So I know that once I adapted the sound and learned, you know, from all the different DJs, bringing it back here to Alabama, it was a struggle. And you know why it was a struggle for me?
What's that?
Because they were into Southern soul music. And I did not know nothing about Southern soul music. They were into Southern soul music deep. Yeah, you had, you know, the R&B You had your classic, R&B. You had your classic hip hop.
When you say Southern Soul, what's Southern Soul?
Pokey, Sir Charles. I mean, it's plenty of artists. I mean, that has its own genre of music now. Southern Soul has become its own genre that, it's soul and B, Southern Soul. They trying to veer away from the Southern Soul. They want to try to put more emphasis, on making it, soul R&B to, make it sound good and get it in the limelight, for these record labels to, get behind them more. Because, a lot of people don't know that it's a lot of Southern Soul artists, and that music is prevalent in the South region. Now it's making its way towards the East Coast, and it's moving up north. I got a lot of DJs that I deal with in DC, Virginia, New York, or whatnot that are actually making noise, with trying to get Southern Soul exposed. So it's making its own noise. But I just know that when I moved back, I was like a cat lost. I was like a deer with the headlights, looking in the headlights. I was lost because they were playing songs. I was like, what is that? What is that, man? What are y'all listening to? Now, mind you, I'm, So Del, Jermaine Dupri, Nelly, we doing party music, having good time. And me listening to Southern Soul, I was literally lost. So I had to learn to adapt both into what I do. Who DJ Twyst truly is. Mm-hmm. That's the brand that everybody listens to, Monday through Friday, on 92.9 WTUG, and also Saturday from 6 p.m. to midnight on the Southern Soul mixed with a twist. So, like I said, I get the best of both worlds.
What's the perks of working at the local radio station, man?
The perks of working at the local radio station is something that I've always wanted to do in my life. And I have to say, I said one day I want to be like Al Brown. That was the guy that I looked up to. Downtown Al Brown. When I first met him, it was Power 93 TUG. Mm-hmm. I first met him in the project, Valley Hill Project. They came down, they did something for the community and whatnot, and he gave me a Power 93 TUG shirt. And I was like, one day I'm gonna be on that radio station. I was hoping to work for him, but things had happened. Because at that point in time, they used to be hip hop and R&B with Power 93 TUG. So, in the 90s or whatnot, I want to say early, probably the mid 90s or whatnot, they switched genre. Switched genre to contemporary R&B and changed it to 92.9 WTUG. And, they transitioned over to Charles Anthony, and I just know I saw myself, working at the station one day, and I went to Charles. I know he do the 5 o'clock traffic jam, and I went to him. I was like, I want to be a DJ. I want to DJ at the radio station. I want to, mix on the radio station. Never gave me the opportunity. He would not. I gave him a couple mixes. I guess they wasn't, up to his standards or whatnot. Never got that opportunity. So, it took me leaving, moving to Atlanta, finding my sound, finding myself within my sound, coming back. And see, me coming back was actually, it was kind of an unfortunate situation. I was here, well, actually, I was in Atlanta on the verge of being homeless. And I had to make a decision. I was like, do I stay up here, you know, stress it out, you know, try to live from house to house and get myself back on my feet, or do I move back home? I had to make that decision. I sold all the equipment that I had left. You know, I didn't have no money or no job or anything like that. I sold all the equipment and moved back. And I took some time out to, you know, get myself back together, collect my thoughts, and, you know, basically build myself back up. You know, thank God for the people I had in my circle that, you know, let me use DJ equipment and, you know, let me make my money to build my stuff back up. So, you know, come 2000, I want to say 2013, I started working with 92.9 down at Blues 24/7. I wasn't working at the radio station. I was just actually, you know, working with, you know, them doing live remotes or whatnot. You know, I worked with Jay Nicole and Ed Ramsey.
Okay.
And they love how I played. They were like, man, you cold. Well, Ed, man, you cold. You real cold, man. I like how you play, man. You need to come to the radio station. And then, you know, Jay, same way. You know, Twyst, you real good with what you do. You know, you need to come to the radio station. And I'm like, no, I could do I could try to make something happen. Said. And here's what the bad part about it. And now, mind you, they telling me to come to the radio station. I'm talking to Charles. Charles was program director. You know, and one thing I say, you know, talk to Charles, was like, you know what, Twyst, you can't mix. You don't know how to DJ. Like, what? I mean, this is what I'm saying in the back of my mind. I'm like, what? You like, you don't know how to DJ. So, it shocked me. It threw me for a loop. I'm like, oh, everybody else saying I'm good at what I do. I'm talented. I'm this, and you telling me I can't DJ. And that was, you know, the end of that story when it comes to, I'm like, I was just shocked. So fast forward, you know, Jade becomes program director. And she hit me up. She's like, I got an opportunity for you. You know, just be on your P's and Q's and be on standby, you know, for me to let you know. Like, okay, cool. Situation fell through. She left, you know, kind of, you know, let it alone. Now, a year later, she calls back. And she runs the station now. She like, Twyst, are you ready? Like, I've been ready. My first date was May 2017, May 29th. That was my first official mix show on 92.9 WTUG. I was doing Southern Soul mix with a twist. Mojo Southern Soul mix with a twist, right? You know, that's how it started off. It started off as Southern Soul, you know, the lunch hour mix. And really, that's how I kind of made a name for myself, because people love the lunch hour mix. You know, Southern Soul at lunch, that was unique, and that was the only station in Tuscaloosa that was doing that. So that's how I you know, people started to become aware of who DJ Twyst was. But the powers that be, like, we don't want that at midday. Put it on Saturday. You do a regular mix. You know, you do classic, contemporary R&B, classic hip hop, R&B, and had to switch over to doing that. You know, what I do right now. You know, so I've been on vinyl. I've been on, you know, I done carried the crates. I done did all the strenuous work that the new DJs don't understand that goes into it. See, these guys think that carrying them speakers is work. Man, just imagine you having to go up a flight of stairs with not only speakers, turntables, and all the good stuff, but you had to carry crates of records as well. Bruh. 2006. I was DJing, had a partner up there in Atlanta named DJ Energy. He was real technical, with the DJing aspect or whatnot. Oh, as a matter of fact, let me tell you, I knew DJ Scream before people knew DJ Scream as Hood Rich DJ Scream. And that's, I met him through my partner DJ Energy. And I will say one of the biggest mistakes that I ever made in my life, I can't say I regret it, but one of the biggest mistakes that I made was not linking up with him at the point in time he was starting to make noise. I could have been one of them hood rich DJs, but life has its way of perpetuating itself, and I could say I was fortunate enough to meet him, the humble, he's humble, but I was fortunate enough to meet him at the time when he was working at Guitar Center, and he was he laid back. He's still a laid back cat or whatnot, but those that don't know him, or they don't know of him, they wouldn't think that DJ Scream that they know right now is not the same DJ Scream that I know. I know him, but I knew him before he became the superstar DJ Scream.
Yeah.
So, my partner was working on laptops and, introducing me to, these DJ programs or whatnot. And, his first program was Tractor. And actually, it was Native Instrument. It was called Tractor by Native Instrument. And I'll never forget me ever wanting to learn on this stuff right here, because back then when they first introduced themselves to the world or whatnot, you had to literally have a computer that was super fast. And you literally had to have a computer that could read, memory, all that stuff. It was so much work that had to go into just running the program. And something happened when me and him was DJing in the club. It was a spot in, downtown Atlanta, right downtown. I'm playing on and it froze up. Now, you in downtown Atlanta, no matter where you playing, it could be a little posh spot, it could be in a big club, it could be wherever, but you in the middle of downtown, you playing, and the music stops. Now, mind you, I wasn't into technology then, as much as he was, because, I was playing off his stuff, and I didn't know how to work it. I vowed to myself, I said, I never play with a laptop. I told myself, I said, I never play with a laptop. And I was like, wow, these cats are really cutting, and they are doing their thing, and they didn't change the vinyl not one time. And that's what got me into actually technology, actually, DJing with laptops. Because I was like, if I was a DJ with a laptop, that'll be the program I get. And that's the program I've used since 2006-7. And well, it was Scratch Live then. I'm using Serato DJ Pro now. It doesn't evolve from Scratch Live to Serato DJ. I mean, it's been so many variations in between now, then and now that, I done use them all. So, I say the technology, I would say it kind of dumbed down the game and truly made the game oversaturated, because if I need inspiration, I listen to DJs in North Carolina, DJs in California, DJs in New York. You know, that's where I get my inspiration from.
Yeah.
You know, so, you know, when people hear me, you know, if I take, you know, a song that, you know, people familiar with and put an acapella over it, like, how you do that? You know, Twyst, you the only DJ I know that do that in Tuscaloosa. I'm like, it's a couple of DJs I know that do it, but don't get me wrong, I love my vinyl. I miss it to death. I've adapted, you know, to the videos. I adapted to, you know, hard drives and, you know, just being unique. I'm trying to be one step ahead, you know, to still stand out. You know, I do video. I'm a video DJ. You know, got a couple video DJs around here, but, you know, as far as the urban market and whatnot, there's only two that I know that are full-fledged, and that's me and DJ named BJ Gent. You know, he's from Tuscaloosa, but he do a lot of events in Mississippi and you know, Louisiana and, you know, South Alabama. Me and him are the active VJs as far as the urban market in Alabama, or West Alabama, I should say.
So what was the biggest venue you played at?
The biggest venue I played was Soulja Boy concert. Soulja Boy concert, center stage in Atlanta. Man, I was scared. I ain't gonna sit here and lie. You talking about me scared to do this interview? Bruh, I was scared, you know, being on that stage, you know, with Soulja Boy and, you know, making sure, look, this is my first time ever doing a performance show or whatnot. Man, I want to make sure I had the music keyed up, make sure it's right tempo. I wasn't trying to get messed up, you know.
So you was basically his DJ for his performance?
No, I was the DJ for that, but, you know, him and his crew, you know, because I know back then, I knew a lot of the cats that were in the SOD Money gang. You know, I didn't know Soulja Boy personally, but, you know, some of his entourage, you know, I DJ events for them or whatnot, and that's how, you know, pretty much I got to be on that show at center stage. I know party-wise, I mean, I've done events down in Troy, Huntsville, Virginia. Man, I've done events, you know, as far as me DJing with somebody, I've done big events, but main ones that I've done by myself, you know, I know Huntsville is one. I've honed in my skill to know that now, if I was to get a 1,500, 2,000, even a 10,000 capacity, I know I can hold it down. I mean, I'm not going to say it's simple science, but when you've adapted to that environment of a DJ and understand, and I would say this, to play for 5,000, 10,000 people is much easier versus playing for 100 and 200. And the reason why I say that, because you got 100 and 200 people. And within that 100 or 200 people, you have 25% might want to hear current stuff. You have 25% might want to hear R&B. You have 25% that might want to hear old school hip hop. And you got 25% that might want to hear Southern soul. So that's like 25%, you know, all around that you got to, you know, cater to in that 100 or 200 people. 10,000, 15,000 people. It's a vast variety. That 25% is out the window because you got different people that want to hear what you doing. They want to see what you about. I can put on the best of the classic R&B track, the party track, or whatnot. They want to have a good time. You know, being in Atlanta, I learned, man, it's so much stuff that people can learn from Atlanta DJs that I do it, but to them it's considered too much. It's like I'm overdoing it down here. To them, it's they gotta process it. Versus me being in Atlanta and doing it. Oh, me being in Atlanta, me doing it.
It's normal.
Or being in Virginia or whatnot. No, they love it. Actually, like I said, people in Virginia and North Carolina, they keep asking me to this day when I'm coming back up there. And, the love I receive from Virginia and North Carolina is crazy because I have people that live, like say if I'm DJing in Roanoke, Virginia, I have people that'll drive from North Carolina just because I'm coming up there to DJ. They travel from North Carolina to hear me DJ. Same if I'm in North Carolina, they're traveling from Virginia
to hear you DJ,
to hear me play if I'm playing in North Carolina. Man, that is I can say right now, that is the best feeling in the world. I can't even explain it. To have a fan base of people that want to hear you play, man, is an amazing feeling.
Well, Twyst, man, before we get out of here, you want to give a shout out to anybody or promote your business, the days you twisted up and
give a shout out to actually my company, 1268 Entertainment. Let me tell you how I came up with that real quick. So I ain't gonna be too long. I know we got to get up out of here. But back in college or whatnot, it was a couple of guys. We were at A&M, and our motto was 04 1268. We were supposed to graduate in 2004, and 1268 at that point in time, in the definition, in the Webster Dictionary, the definition of true was found on page 1268. So, we always said, 2004, that's when we become true people. So I adapted that into my company or whatnot, 1268 Entertainment. And, my motto is bringing you true entertainment. That's the name. That's why my name, 1268 Entertainment, came up. So if y'all start seeing them shirts and logos, around 1268 Entertainment, you'll understand the meaning, listening to this podcast. I want to give a shout out to my Virginia crew, Bamville Entertainment. They keep me abreast, on stuff, traveling up there to do events in North Carolina, Virginia. And that's how I got, I made a name for myself in North Carolina, Virginia. But, the cat reached out to me, and he see my movement, and he wanted me to be a part of his company, Bamville Entertainment, in which, like I said, I do travel up there from time to time. He actually got me my first, gig in Ocean City, Maryland. I never played in Maryland. He got me my first gig in Maryland. That's something serious right there. I mean, you gotta think about it. I ain't never been interviewed before, so just sitting here thinking about those things, it just a reflection of what happened in my life. And like I said, I appreciate you giving me that opportunity to tell my story. It's not over, but I'm just getting started.
Like I said, I've been knowing you for a long time, man. We go 20 years at least.
It's longer than 20 years.
Yeah. So I knew you had a story, man. I knew I used to come up to your house.
Right.
You stand next door to Bobby.
Right.
So
that was another influential person right there with music. That's how I learned about Too Short, Ice Cube.
Yeah.
That's how I learned about the West Coast rap. That's how I learned, see, like I said, a lot of people are influential when it comes to my music. Because like I said, I didn't know about none of that stuff until I, met them. Well, I ain't gonna say met them. I was hanging out with them, but when it started going over there, that's how I learned about cuss words and all that.
Yeah.
NWA, Easy E boys, and I learned out about all that stuff. So yeah.
Happy you came on, man. It was a pleasure having you on, and we're gonna have to do this again, brother.
Yeah, I appreciate it, man. I definitely appreciate it. And like I said, you keep doing what you do. Putting spotlight on the locals. That's one thing I'm saying. Putting spotlight on the local Tuscaloosa. Baby, they ain't gotta be living here, or whatever or whatnot. The thing about it is, you doing and showing love for the local people that are doing major things in Tuscaloosa.
It's my city, man. It's my people. I love my city. I love my people.
Exactly. That's how I feel.
Twyst, I'm gonna get up with you then, bro.
All right, man.
All right, bro. Thank you for listening to the Jones Podcast. You can find us on iTunes or Google Play or wherever you listen to your podcast. You can also follow us on Instagram and Twitter at the Jones Podcast.